All right, so here we go with topic 6, lesson 4. Lesson 4, topic 6 is talking about 6 and 7 as factors. And what we're going to really do is just review our strategies of how to find these answers. Now, again, work on memorizing and understanding all of your facts and keep practicing those math facts, and you'll definitely be building a better sense of multiplication and an understanding of these facts. But until then, let's use some of these strategies. The strategy that I have here is I'm using a 5 by 7 array to show my problem of 5 times 7. And I could take the strategy of taking that array and separating it. Well, how could I separate 7? I would say, well, I could do a 5 and a 2. 5 times 5 and 5 times that 2. I broke that 7 apart into two other facts that I already know. So there goes that 7. We'll get rid of that 5. And I would say for 5 times 5, I would work on understanding that that is 25. And that 5 times 2 is 10. Now, since I took it apart, I've got to put it all back together again. And when I get my answer of 25 plus the 10, 5 times 7 is 35. You could have broken it down in another way, in any which form, into two smaller arrays to have gotten your answer of 35. You could use the array and you could sit there and you could count all of them as you're doing it, or break this one for 6 times 8 for multiplying by 6 into two smaller arrays. And I could say that my first array, let's cut my 6 into 3s. I have a 3 times 8 and a 3 times 8 up top. One on the top, one on the bottom. So 3 times 8 would get you 24. And 3 times 8 over here would also get you 24. Now again, just take those two 24s, combine them together, and you don't get 24, you get 48. So 6 times 8 equals 48. Again, that was just using the strategy of breaking your larger array into smaller problems. You could have also done it, let's clear that here, from 6 times 8 and done the distributive property of 3 times 8 plus 3 times 8, which gets you 24 plus 24. So 6 times 8 equals 48, and that is great. What I'd like you to do for today's video question is, how can you make an array and separate the array to show 6 times 7? So first step is choose a way that makes sense to you. Make your array, be prepared to explain it, but what I need to know is the two multiplication sentences that you are going to use to break apart 6 times 7. So there you go. You can kind of just fill that in and be prepared to share that and go over it in class. Make sure that you give that final product as well.